When you send your best friend to test your man's loyalty, be prepared to face whatever outcome follows. Bhadman's wife came home from work with her friend without notifying her husband about the visit. In their marriage, they agreed to always inform each other before hosting a guest, a rule his wife has just broken. Bhadman quickly reminds his wife about their guest rule, but she tells her friend to sit comfortably and then moves to sit beside him. She lies to her husband, saying she brought her friend home to rest for a while and would soon leave, whereas her true intention is for her friend to seduce him and gather evidence. Satisfied with their explanation, Bhadman turns to his wife, his face filled with emotion and yearning for affection. His romantic moment is abruptly cut short when his wife explains that she left some work unfinished because she had to bring her friend home to rest. She tells her husband to feel free around her friend and urges her friend to make herself comfortable while they both wait for her return. Without Bhadman's knowledge, his wife has subtly laid the trap for him to fall into temptation with her friend. She walks over to her friend, quietly reminding her to stick to the plan, then walks out. Deception often wears the face of friendship, hiding betrayal beneath a calm smile. As soon as his wife leaves, her friend strikes up a conversation with Bhadman and asks if she can have a glass of whiskey from his bottle. Unaware of her true intentions, Bhadman agrees to share the drink, and she suggests sitting closer to him as they enjoy it together. She moves closer to him, and without suspecting a thing, Bhadman gladly pours her a glass of the drink just as she requested. Temptation often begins with innocence, disguised as a simple act of kindness. The lady empties her glass of whiskey, secretly plotting in her mind how to seduce Bhadman and achieve her desired outcome. She compliments the house, praising Bhadman's refined interior taste, stylishly sparking another conversation while gazing at him with lustful eyes. Compliments can be more than kindness. They can be the prelude to seduction. As Bhadman pours himself another glass, the lady slowly reaches for his beads, making subtle sexual advances toward him. Startled by her advances, Bhadman immediately resists, firmly telling her that as his wife's friend, she must not act on such desires. Knowing full well that his wife sent her for the task, the lady remains persistent in her advances despite Bhadman's clear resistance. She rises from the couch and moves closer to him, whispering to Bhadman that what is about to happen will remain a secret buried with her. Without hesitation, Bhadman slowly gives in to the lady's seductive touch, losing himself in the moment he should have resisted. That same day, Bhadman's wife waits anxiously at her friend's house, expecting her to return with proof of her husband's betrayal. Her friend walks in wearing a sad expression, the look of someone who has failed to complete the task she was sent for. She quickly lies to her friend, pretending to be upset, claiming that Bhadman humiliated her by disgracefully rejecting her advances. In her report, she describes Bhadman as a devoted husband with no interest in any woman outside his marriage, making it impossible for her to carry out the task. Bhadman's wife pleads with her friend to make a second attempt with her husband, reminding her that she needs the evidence to file for divorce and claim his property. Her marriage to Bhadman was driven purely by selfish motives, as she had included a clause in their marriage agreement stating she would leave with 70% of his wealth if he ever cheated on her. She instructs her friend to use her body to seduce her husband, even if it means appearing naked before him to win him over. She tells her friend that she must leave immediately to avoid raising suspicion. Many times, the one who lies to us holds the key to the truth we're searching for. The lady completed her task of sleeping with Bhadman, but during the course of it, her motives shifted, and she began to desire him for herself. 2 weeks later, Bhadman lies on the couch resting when the door opens, and his wife's best friend walks in, moving slowly toward him. She leans down to check on him, and then gently plants a kiss on his forehead to rouse him from sleep. Upon seeing her, he instantly sits up and, full of joy, welcomes her onto his lap. Unfortunately for Bhadman's wife, the friend she sent to seduce her husband and gather evidence has fallen in love with him, and they now regularly engage in sexual intercourse, while she lies to her about him resisting her advances. Those who use deceit to test love often end up victims of their own trap. A few minutes after their intimate encounter, the lady openly confesses her feelings to Bhadman, revealing her desire and intentions to make him hers. What began as a mission to test his loyalty has turned into genuine affection, as the lady now loves Bhadman and refuses to complete the task she was hired for. Still unaware of the real reason behind her presence, Bhadman reminds her that he is married to her friend, and that their relationship is forbidden and must not turn into love. In that moment, the lady confesses to Bhadman that his wife was the one who sent her to test his loyalty. Upon hearing this, Bhadman's mood shifts instantly to anger, his mind racing in confusion as he struggles to understand what could have driven his wife to set such a trap for him. The lady goes on to reveal that his wife's true intention behind the trap was to gather evidence against him for court, as she had already planned to file for divorce and claim 70% of his wealth, according to their marriage agreement. Shocked by the revelations, Bhadman struggles to believe that his wife could orchestrate such a scheme and suspects the lady of fabricating the story merely to win his love. He expresses his doubts to the lady, stating that he would need more than words to believe her, as this revelation could serve as solid grounds for ending his marriage. Words may reveal a truth, but proof is the key that unlocks belief. Realizing that words alone won't convince Bhadman, the lady immediately agrees to provide proof, believing it will give her a chance to win his love. Sometimes truth must be more than spoken. It must be shown, demonstrated, and proven, for only then can it pierce the veil of doubt and awaken trust in a heart that hesitates to believe. Through the affair, Bhadman uncovered a truth that forms the foundation of his illicit relationship and could potentially absolve him of any financial obligations to his wife upon divorce. Three days later, the lady returns to Bhadman's house to present him with proof supporting the revelation she had shared. He takes the evidence from her and scans through it, only to be shocked to discover that his wife has already stolen some of his property documents and applied for a visa to leave the country once she obtains proof of his infidelity. Betrayal often moves faster than discovery, turning hidden schemes into irreversible consequences. This lady's love for Bhadman has driven her to betray her friend without remorse, not for any noble reason, but purely out of selfish desire to have him for herself. With the truth now in Bhadman's hands, She firmly believes that his marriage to his wife is over, not in the way his wife intended, but in a way where his wife gains nothing and she wins his heart. Convinced that his marriage has come to an end, he asks the lady to remain with him as he awaits his wife's return to face her with the truth. Truth is persistent. It waits patiently for the moment to reveal itself, no matter how long it takes. His wife returns home, surprised to find her husband in an angry mood, while her best friend sits quietly beside him, not uttering a single word. Bhadman calls her over to ask if she plans to run away with his properties. She quickly denies it and reaches out to touch him, but he pulls away from her touch. He hands her the evidence that her friend brought, and upon seeing its contents, she immediately begins to beg him for forgiveness. She falls to her knees, showing deep remorse and pleading for a second chance, while her friend stands with Bhadman, helping to cast her out for her own selfish desires. Her friend, whom she had sent to seduce her husband and gather evidence, has not only seduced him but also fallen so deeply in love that she would betray her rather than him. Seething with anger, Bhadman tells his wife that the marriage is over and stands to leave, while she clings to him, pleading for mercy. As soon as he leaves the room, his wife begins to confront her best friend, accusing her of betrayal and claiming she thought she had her best interests at heart while carrying out the task. In the midst of her confrontation, Bhadman returns with her bags and immediately starts pushing her out of the house. This is a lesson to everyone. Trust is fragile. Betrayal can come from those closest to you, and once trust is broken, relationships can collapse quickly. Greed has consequences. Marrying for selfish reasons, like wealth, often leads to disastrous outcomes. Manipulation backfires. Trying to control or test someone can lead to unexpected consequences, including losing both the relationship and allies. Please share this video and comment where you are watching from.